Got an awful lot of dirt on your beak there, Missy. You finding some yummy bugs? Hmm? Yeah? She's turning those bugs into fertilizer. Giving me eggs as a byproduct. And up here's the other duck pond. And we got the swales and catch ponds up above that all flow into that. Maybe we'll walk up there in a minute. You see the A-frame level over there. That's how we put all these swales in. There's over 15 swales on the property. So all these that you see, even though it looks like it's going downhill, that's actually level. They're all perfectly level on contour, catching that water, letting it slow and saturate into the ground, catching and storing that energy. Most all these beds are hugel beds. You can see the logs on the back side. It's from some old trees we had on the property, and we dropped those to get more light. Putting those branches, the arm, the radial branches. Oh, the radial branches have a higher bark to wood content, the pulp. So the inside of the tree has a heavy carbon content, and the outside a heavy nitrogen content. So the radial branch wood on the outside of the tree, the branches of the tree, is almost a perfect ratio for your compost. So it breaks down right inside of there when it's buried quick and nicely, not stealing too much nitrogen from the soil like the main trunk of the tree does. So we've got a little bit of everything in there. We grow nitrogen fixing crops in it heavily for the first few years. That stores that nitrogen down in there. We'll pull one up here somewhere along the way. Another elderberry. So all the elderberries we've been seeing and many more on the property all came from this original one right here. This was just a cutting I got when I took my permaculture design course. Stuck it in the ground. These two were the next year. From there we've got all these. Everyone that knows about elderberry knows how wonderful it tastes, and it's just absolutely wonderful for your body at the same time. So yeah, cuttings of that are very easy. You just cut a branch off, stick it in the ground, keep it moist. It'll root in a month or so. Best when it's dormant. Another elderberry. So wine sap apple. Stamen wine sap. Another bare root new this year. I know, a lot of plants, huh? Alright, let's keep going. All of these trees, all of these different areas have guilds around them. A guild is a man-made polyculture. Polyculture in nature, might as well look at the camera for this. So all the trees on the property, all these different beds that we walk by, all have guilds around them. As simple as I can say it, a guild is a man-made polyculture. Polyculture you find all over nature when you slow down and observe it. It's how nature brings everything it needs in. To hold that bird in the background over here, that cardinal yelling, them to spread the seeds. Should have put that in a little better. We have our nitrogen fixing plants, like this one here. This is a gummy berry. Brings lots of pollinators onto the property also. These beneficial insects. It's fixing nitrogen in the ground for the trees on either side of it. This is a fig that'll benefit off of that. There's a service berry on that side of it. There's also dynamic accumulators, which would be like the comfrey. We'll see some comfrey in here. Comfrey has a very deep taproot that goes down and accesses the nutrients available deeper than the soil that the shallow rooted plants don't have available to them. You chop and drop that in place using a compost tease and as a compost starter. All bringing those nutrients from down deep up available, making them available to plants on top. So once again, in nature, you see that all over the place. From your black locust trees, your vines that climb in as many layers of the 7 layers of forest garden as possible. Combining all those elements using a symbiotic relationship to help one another. Provide all of its needs. Okay, let's keep walking.
Some more comfrey.
So the things that are vegetable we leave around here, this is violet. We saute the greens. And the flowers are sweet and tasty. clover, we don't eat that. Austrian winter pea, same thing. Sweet pea, sweet pea. It's a sweet pea. It's a nitrogen fixer. We'll pull one up and look at the nodes, the nitrogen fixing nodes on its soil, on its root system. So here's an apple tree, another apple tree. 3 plums. An Asian pear. Another apple here. Getting its first flowers this year. We're excited about that. Guilds around all these. Our cone flowers to bring in the beneficial insects. Echinaceas. Drawing a blank. The lilies and the irises and the yarrows. And the fennel and the horseradish. Each with their own individual purpose in that guild. Black raspberries all down through here. Again, all these swales in front of all these hugel beds behind them. Each swale catches up, fills up with that water, and that organic matter behind it that's breaking down inside of that mound sucks it up like a sponge, storing that energy. Hi. Hi. Filbert hazelnuts, small, giving us those nuts at a young age. On this side, there's in this guild here is a jostaberry, which is a gooseberry and a currant mixed, an autumn olive, a black currant, wineberry, loganberry, boysenberry, more yellow raspberries over there, service berries, gummy berries, a few more blackberry plants, tons of elderberry plants mixed in. There's another Anna apple over there, a Kiefer pear. This apple tree has a couple of one graft on it, so it's 2 apple trees in one. 3 plum trees, an Asian pear, multiple more figs up there. Then with the ground covers, a lot of that is edible. Strawberries and mints, and sochan, and sorrel. Then we have our cone flowers of echinaceas,